So, Apprentice Riders for the finale, the Sky Bet for the fans, Mile Apprentice Stakes, number 2, Ziran, getting a little bit warm, and with the delay of racing after the falls of Jim Crowley and Trevor Whelan, some of these will have got agitated, and he certainly has. Hasn't run great so far for the New Yards, but this is a dropping grade for number 2, Ziran.
Number 13 behind is Theme Park. Now, Theme Park's a horse that runs here very regularly, has won here, 3-time winner overall from 27 starts. Last won at Pontefract back in September last year for a mark of 81. So it's dropping down to a very good mark now, and was 4th at Redcar when last seen 15 days ago.
Number 11 is Canvas, Sam Fielden riding for Scott Dixon. Doncaster has been a place where Canvas has excelled this year, winning twice. I think a mile and a half was probably too far, potentially last time out, so may well bounce back. Looks quite well.
Bit of a drop back to the next horse we're going to see, which is horse number 17. This is One More, No More. Last seen 14 days ago. We'll need to bounce back from that lesser effort, and runs from £1 out the handicap here today.
Next up, number 9, Bowen Island. He ran well in a convivial here a year ago. Jack Cullen takes off 3. Disappointed when 9-4 favourite at Southall. That was 82 days ago. He's back after a break, but he does look fit.
Drop back to horse number 14 behind. And horse number 14 is Leah Special, really well turned out. This horse is a 4-time winner from 27 starts overall. Had wind surgery before running twice second, but then was well beaten at Newcastle when last seen 17 days ago.
Next up is number 12, Trope Power. Olivia Tubb rides for Mark Walford. This is the first start for the Walford Yard, last seen 65 days ago. He does look well. Maybe a change of scenery will revitalise him because he's well treated on some of his old form. He's taken a little turn as they're letting horses into the paddock.
Drop back to horse number 4 behind, and horse number 4 is Barley. The son of Memas looks lovely and relaxed here in the prelims. 3 wins from 38 starts overall. Has finished second a fair few times this season, including a ripping over the mile when last seen 13 days ago.
Bell's been rung, so jockeys will be getting on board their horses for the finale. Number 7's a very interesting runner, Earthwatch. Warren Fentiman is looking for a double. William Haggis for a treble. And Earthwatch, I saw win at Sandown. It was a night where front runners really had an advantage. Kieran Fallon sent this even money favourite to the front, and he quickened on clear. The problem was there wasn't much strength and depth to that contest. He got an £11 rise. He had been beat off marks of 68 and 69 previously. He's now running off 81. The positive is, though, William Haggis is in good form, and he's booked services off a very useful apprentice in Warren Fentiman. Red earplugs, they will come out when he gets down to the starts. Next up, number 5, this is Rajapur. This one's had first run since wind surgery. David O'Mara's representative, just getting a little bit warm.
And don't think you've done number 1, have you? Oblix is one again that's getting quite warm here in the prelims. Has that hood on, but is getting warm between the back legs and under the saddles. Oblix, son of See the Stars, 3 wins from 24 starts overall. Won here over the 7 furlongs after wind surgery back in July off a mark of 82. So remains £4 higher, but 2 lesser efforts since at Wolverhampton and Newbury.
16 is Harswell Ruby, the far above filly. A record of 1 from 16 isn't the most inspiring, but a couple of decent seconds, just losing out narrowly at Doncaster and Newmarket. Maybe not one for win purposes, but an each way chance, although she has just got a little bit worked up. Again, when horses are cantering down to the start, those left in the paddock can get wound up.
3 behind is Billy B, son of Ravens Pass. 5 wins from 32 starts overall. Was the winner over course and distance 2 starts ago off a £5 lower mark than what he races off today, and was 3rd at Haydock over the mile when last seen 29 days ago.
And we'll just drop back 2 to number 13. This is Theme Park. Ethan Tyndall rides Nigel Tinkler's runner. This horse, stall 15, he could be stuck a little bit wide. Does need to improve on some of his recent form, but he is becoming well treated. Bred by Queen Elizabeth II. And now there's a look at runners for the finale as they're heading down to post.
There's the favourite then. In short, in fact, no, that's Double Parks, isn't it? Billy B, similar colours.
Ish,
But,
green and purple, Chris.
yeah, but well, sort of, yeah.
Both stripes.
To be honest, I saw the stripes and kind of assumed that we'd have the favourite in shot, but we didn't. We had
That one went to the start early, though,
Double
so we
Park-
didn't touch Double Parks.
Double
in the paddock.
Parks in shot, but
A
an
good
informed
form at
horse
Redcar.
nonetheless. Won at Redcar last time out, but has had Warren Fentiman's claim off the last twice, and no claim this time round with Archie Young taking over against fellow apprentices.
Yeah, I just worry, is Double Park as good elsewhere from Redcar? Maybe the quality of opposition is a little bit weaker than some of the other races. It's a very competitive York handicap. Quite important though, Amy, because the Easterby's got a couple of runners. The Ryans have got Bowen Island, but there's a stable staff prize for the Sky Bet series between the two of them.
Yeah, I think the trainer, I think it's £10,000, so it's all down to Bo. So, you know, hopefully he'll bounce back to form. He was actually in front of Whirl in the Convivial here as a younger horse, so he has that ability, he just hasn't quite shown it. He obviously won at Beverley earlier in the year, but he will need to improve on that latest effort on the all-weather, so hopefully return to grass and this track will bring about best in him.
Yeah, a bit of pressure on Jack Callan when he was let go, I expect, for that extra money. Well done to Jason Hart, £25,000 for winning the Jorvet Cup. Not
Yeah,
a bad
it's-
extra bit of prize money.
No, it's brilliant, isn't it? And he's obviously you're winning good prize money through the course of the series as well, because they're good value races. There's Billy B, who's the favourite.
Green and purple there, Chris.
Yeah, but it's still stripes. You two said they were horizontal, and not. That's Earthwatch.
No, that's
Who's-
what it is,
so
yeah.
we're all wrong,
I didn't say anything
ultimately.
about
Yes,
that.
you did.
Fair enough.
Anyway, Billy B, really solid horse. Won here a couple of starts ago, and not disgraced, I didn't think, at Haydock last time out, when, in truth, the race just didn't quite go his way, did it?
No, I thought ran an absolute cracker. And again, we're talking about jockeys, crucial in this kind of race. I think Ashley Lewis has got a really big future. He's based with the Moors down in Sussex. This is a nice ride here at York. And Craig Lewis has gone to trouble at booking him. I think he's well worth the £3. Last time here at York, he won nicely. He's £5 higher for that. He's just a very consistent individual. He's actually had a relatively light season for him. He only returned in May, and this is run number 6.
And that form from Haydock, the one who finished behind him, God of War, has won since. That's working out quite well. I think Tim Easterby's team are the one that can pip your stable for the Trainers Award. They've got Barley in here, who you would imagine is going to run well, Amy.
Yeah, we've touched on Double Parked. Barley is a 3-time winner overall from 38 starts. Has been second a fair few times this season, including at Ripon over the mile and at Ripon again the time before. So it's sort of running as though the win's imminent, but whether that'll be today, I'm not quite too sure. The last win for him, you do have to go back to sort of 2022 for his previous yard, and in June last year for this yard. The latter off 73, so he's £10 higher today, but that reflects his consistency. So it's just to be seen whether he can get his head in front for the season here today in a competitive race.
Quickly whiz through one, two of the others. Earthwatch, James, improved a big lump really at Sandown last time out, but obviously the handicapper has taken a punitive measure really.
Yeah, we watched it back, and I think if Kieran could ride the race again, he didn't realise how far ahead of the opposition he was. 3 out. So it was a day where the pace really held up. 5 of the 6 winners were on the front end at Sandown. There was no other pace, had it easy. As Martin said in the studio, it's going to be quite hard for Warren Fentiman to replicate those tactics today. And I think the handicapper, for me, has been overly harsh because of the circumstances of racing that day. And that's probably why he's 13-2 and not a 3-1 shot, which you would expect with that profile from William Haggis.
Commander of Life, Amy, solid enough horse, and a few pounds taken off his back with Mason Paytell's claim.
Yeah, a good jockey booking, an eye-catching jockey booking in this field, and Commander of Life, 3 wins from 30 starts overall. Won 2 this year at Wolverhampton back in January, and Doncaster 3 starts ago. £4 higher here today. Was down the field here 15 days later, but did bounce back to form back at Doncaster when runner-up just 22 days ago. So sort of a lesser effort here, followed by a better effort. They'll be hoping that he can sort of show that form here today.
I thought Zyron might run well here, James. Encouraging first start in Britain when 4th at Ayr last time.
Yeah, he lost his way over in France, but obviously didn't drop for that debut, but it was a promising one, finishing 4th at Ayr. As you say, I perhaps wanted to see a little bit more. I quite like Lear Special, again, more of an each-way angle, but he's been second in 2 race and league contests. They're competitive races for good prize money. I can forgive a disappointing effort last time. Slightly concerned with 14. That just puts me off a little bit, but I think from an each way perspective, you wouldn't be ruling him out.
And Feel the Need has got form here in the past, so that's a positive.
Yeah, won here over 7 furlongs back in June under today's rider. He's £4 higher here today, but the best run since was in third here again over the same course and distance on the penultimate run. Did beat just one home at Chepstow 31 days ago. I think the return to this track hopefully will bring sort of his form back to what we've seen, what he can do. He can often, he can be a little bit awkward, and I think he does need to be sort of produced late, but this rider has got a good tune out of him before.
Yeah, we've only got 3 left to load forward for this closing Apprentice Riders Handicap. Harswell Ruby just goes forward, so we'll get it to the contracts for the final time, with thanks to Malcolm Tomlinson.
Chris, last one coming forward will be Double Parked, who went down very early, as you said. Double Parked completes the lineup into stall number 6. That's it. They're all in. We're set to race. They're ready. And they're off. Racing over the mile for the Sky Bet for the Fans Mile Apprentice Handicap Stakes.
Canvas has made every yard of the running under Sam Fielden to win the last. And he scored by about 3 parts of a length in the end. It's very tight for second. Far side, I think, just getting that spot. Rajapur at a big price, and the near side was Lear Special in third. But Canvas 7-1, the winner, bounces back to form. He ran okay at Goodwood a couple of starts back, below form last time out, but he's just bounced out in front and kept on rolling.
Yeah, and to be fair, they just went for the prize money. Sugar Cup, 1.5 miles was too far. He's back down to the mile today. Strongly run mile as well. They went quite hard, the apprentices. Stretched out across the track. Doncaster had been his track of choice, 2 wins in May and July, but to be fair, he'd run well at Goodwood on heavy ground at the glorious meeting, and clearly he's a very progressive type for Scott Dixon, and well done to Sam Fielden.
I think Rajapur's run a really good race in behind. He's managed to, I think, just get second spot from Lear Special on the near side, and Barley has finished 4th.
Yeah, Rajapur much better from him, having returned from 111 days off. Sort of been lightly raced recently, ran at Redcar, finishing 4th last time, but this was much better. But take it back from the beginning, I think it's a good ride, isn't it, from Sam Fielden, and Canvas from stall 2 kept things simple, really. This horse has already won 3 this season now, has won 2 at Doncaster, £12 above the latest winning mark here today, but sort of got the run of the race, really. But